Sorry, so yeah, reference is a good one. Okay, so and I think so you have heard something good about me and my organization. That's why you have come.
Yeah.
Okay, so he or she, what is the name of third person?
Komal, she will not join today.
Okay, okay. It's just an introduction for the all of us and for little bit of what we are going to do and what we will do. Okay, so I will just you will just pass the recording to her. If some is problems there, then she can ask me. Okay, so
Uh,
let's start with the Selenium. So I will. I'm considering both of you as a fresher because I want don't know what is your can say level. So after maybe 2 to 3 days, I can come up with my can say uh, thinking that at which level both of you are. Okay, and at what time, at any time, if you want to ask me in between the class anything, just ask me.
okay.
Okay, so there is no restrictions like you have 50 minutes in the end you can ask there you have 50 minutes and so suppose if I have a class now, so if you want to ask something in the next class you can ask me before the starting of the class. Okay, so we can have some discussions regarding that. Now, first of all, we will take some important questions and one most asked questions in any training and most asked question that how much time will it take to learn selenium. So I think so you don't know selenium. Both of you don't know selenium.
No, no idea about
Very,
Selenium.
Okay,
I
you
have
don't have.
little bit knowledge, but some kind of don't know.
Okay, so it will take around 6 to 8 weeks if you want to learn it professionally. If you want to build framework from yourself, so you have to be 6 to 8 weeks of practice. I have told Gudia also, and don't remember your name, Gurbir. Sorry,
It's Bhupinder.
yeah, Bhupinder. Sorry, again sorry. Yeah, so I have told both of you that I can take you to the pond. मैं आपको तालाब के पास लेके जा सकता हूँ बट पानी नहीं पीना या पीना वो आपके ऊपर है. It's only on your wish.
Yeah,
And there is no substitute to hard work. Hard work is there. I will be there for you. If you stuck somewhere, even after the course, I'm there with you. But you have to put hard work from yourself. Okay. So the next question is, do I need to know programming? Yes, you need to know programming. And if you look at our course, that is in http://selenium.com and go to our Selenium Training course detail. Now here, in the first part, base operator loops, Java operator collections, Java handling, these all things are depending on OOPS concept. Okay, so Vipinder is saying that he has a good knowledge about the OOPS, so it's a good thing. So maybe he will get to know new things from me or from us if we discuss some of the things. Okay, and we will learn lots of many new things. Okay, now should I learn Selenium with Java or should I? This is the most asked question today. You both know that Python is the new language. It is being supported by AI. So most of the people right now. But the thing is that the most of the companies which are old and which are big have their old projects in Selenium with Java only. They are in the Java. They are not going to switch because they are the old projects and they are going to use the same technology. Okay. So how do I learn Selenium? What are the components to be learned? So you have component TestNG, Maven. Okay, Selenium is the you can say you have to learn Selenium. Now, if I say any one of you can tell me what is Selenium, if suppose there is an interview and I am asking you that what is Selenium, so how will you answer me?
testing tool, right?
Yeah, it's a common thing. So if I suppose if I want some technical, maybe some little bit of technical answer.
Auto, a tool which automates the testing. Is it? I'm just guessing it.
Mm, okay, so Gudia, what about you?
Basically, Selenium is a automation tool. uh,
Mm-hmm.
हम अपनी जितनी भी वेब एप्लीकेशंस हैं उन्हीं
Mm-hmm.
को ही सिलेनियम के थ्रू हम ऑटोमेट करके टेस्ट कर सकते हैं.
Okay, so if I say I will go to their website, which is selenium.dev, and it says Selenium Automate browsers. That's it.
Mm.
That's the simplest application, simplest you can say definition you can give to anybody. That's Selenium Automate browsers. So I have a question for both of you. Can I use Selenium for automating desktop application?
Yeah.
No, because it is for WebDriver.
Gudia, you are saying yes.
Yes.
So the answer is wrong. Yeah, you
Oh,
cannot use Selenium for automating desktop application. Selenium is only used for automating web-based application, or you can say browsers, your websites.
mm.
Okay, you can only use, you can say your uh, Selenium for automating browsers. Okay, and as far as browsers are concerned, it supports all the browsers.
Okay.
Okay, now suppose if I'm talking about IDE,
Mm.
so what do you mean by IDE?
This Eclipse and all these are IDE on Visual Studio Code.
So suppose if you want me to understand, suppose I am a layman and you want me to understand what is the concept of ID. So how can you uh, told me that what is this, what is that?
It can be software for writing the code, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
In
software. It's a software.
so,
If I go for the you can say definition or full form, IDE full form, say IDE full form. It's an integrated
Integrate.
development environment.
environment.
It's a software application that provides a comprehensive environment for software development. Basically, a software development, or for the testing point of purpose, we will use Eclipse. Okay,
Mm.
Eclipse is a open source. Okay,
Yeah.
you all know about the Eclipse. I think so.
Yeah.
You all know about the Eclipse. That it's a open source. How to download it, how to install it, and
Yes.
before that, you have to install JDK 8 into your system. You have to install JDK 8. Why I'm saying JDK 8? Because JDK 8 is the most stable version of Java. You have many versions. If they are the stable ones, you can go for that one as well. But you have to go for JDK.
If it is above JDK8, is it okay, na?
Yeah, it is okay, but it has to
Because I'm not
be
sure what it is right now
yeah,
in my system.
yeah. You can say JDK stable versions. Sorry, stable version list.
I'll
Okay.
check on CMD on my system what it is installed. Fine.
Okay, it has more than JDK. I think the 24 are there, is there, but personally, I'm
It.
fond of JDK 8.
Yeah.
It's a most used JDK version in any computer. It is a most stable version. Other reasons are there. Yeah, it has more stable versions are there, but I always go for JDK 8. Okay, if you see current Java SE versions, you have the support for this. You sustaining support. They are going to end the support for this. It has a support till 2013, 30 or 2031. JDK8. It more versions now, if, as I think so, 17 and 21 also have a support 31 and 32. Okay, but JDK8 is in my opinion. Okay, now,
I have the 21. Is it fine?
yeah, it is fine. You see
No.
the current JDK 80, it's a fine version. Okay, you don't have to be in this. You have to be in this.
No.
Okay, so now one thing more. I think so. I have tell Bhupinder about the course. Say again, say here. Yeah, we have the course detail here. You can just look for the course that what we are going to do. Okay, now suppose if you enroll into our training. Now suppose, say you have enrolled to our training. Okay, now after the login. You can see your Selenium Java training. If you have enrolled for another course, you can see that as well. But if you enroll for Selenium Java, here you can go. And here you have the batch recording.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
These have the days wise batch recording. Okay, you can watch any day recording. And one thing more, I tell all my students to do one thing: maintain one Excel sheet. What is that Excel sheet? It says day, say topics covered, and say things to remember. Okay, these are things. Now, suppose why I'm telling you this. Now, suppose I have a training here, say one day. Okay, say okay. So it says second, then third, then fourth, then fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, then 10th. Now, suppose you have covered the topic inheritance on the fifth day, and you have write something about inheritance on this and things to remember something. Now, after 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, you stuck somewhere in inheritance and you want to clear your concept, and you know that you have I have taught you about this concept, but if you look over here, you are not able to find at which day you have, because you have to watch every day recording. You have to watch every day recording to get to that recording. But if you have this, okay, I have watched inheritance. Suppose you have watched inheritance on third day. Okay, I have covered this topic on third day. You go directly here, watch the third day recording directly. Okay, so that's why I always ask my students to maintain this Excel sheet, and I have students with me who are maintaining this Excel sheet, and this is going to help you in the future as well. Because when you go for the interviews, I will tell most of the questions that being asked in the interviews, because I have taken interviews, I have sitting in the interview, so I know what type of questions that interviewer will ask you. And one thing more, never tell a lie in your resume or in front of interview, because interviewer always asks the questions what they what do they, you can say, what what the thing you uh, told about yourself or your knowledge, they will ask the questions from that points only. So never tell a lie, otherwise you will get stuck somewhere. Okay, suppose you don't know inheritance and you have write something about inheritance in your resume, and you something you have told that you have uh, not not even in say not in your mind, that you are not clear in your mind that what is inheritance. So they can ask you more questions about the inheritance. So never talk about that things which are can say which are you are in which you are very uh, on the low side. So always told those things in which you are on the high side, so that interview asks those questions from that thing. Okay, getting my point, both of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have told you about this. Now I have a Excel. Now we have a Eclipse. I have already installed in my system. Say D. I say Eclipse. Okay, I just double click on it and start my Eclipse. Uh, as I already have many my projects in my Eclipse, so don't get confused by looking into that projects. Okay, so I will just say close all. Okay, now this is how your Eclipse looks like. Okay, now if I want to make a new project, I will say file, go to new. Okay, just remember this, don't go for project or example, go for other. Okay, now other in the say Java, and go for the Java project, because we are starting from the basics of Java. So we will make a new Java project. Always do this. Never go with Java project directly. I always go with this other than Java project, because Java is like that language that it maybe sometime you miss some file and you don't know, and it will give error at particular thing where you don't know. So just remember the things which I'm going to tell you. Okay, now project name. I say first project 8:45 p.m. Okay, and don't check this. If it is checked, unchecked it. Okay, now next. Okay, now finish. Okay, okay. Okay, so this is your first project. Okay, now if I want to add the class, I will not go here. I am going to right click on my source folder, go for new class. Okay, now say I have my first class, say first class. Okay, and I will check this. Why I'm going to check this, you will get to know. Okay, now I will finish it. Now this is my how my class looks like. Okay, now suppose if you find that it is very small for you to look, you can change the preference or change the look of this as well. How? Go to window, go to preferences. Okay, then say general, then say appearance. Okay, here colors and fonts. Okay, then say here, yeah, it says basic, and inside the basic you can go with the text font. Click on edit. Here you can change the size and change the look of your say this coding. Okay, suppose I change the size. Okay, I say apply and close. Okay, you see now it becomes big. So you can change the size according to your need. Okay, so say okay. Now what is this static? Okay, Bhupinder, so you know something about the oops. So suppose if I want to declare the object of this class, how can I do that?
Object of this class, the class
Yes.
name and the first class, like first class A equal to new
Okay,
first class.
suppose first class equal to suppose first class equal to fs equal to new first class. This is how we declare the object.
Yeah.
Yes.
In this, what is an object?
New.
In this class, what is what?
In this line, what is
Ah,
object?
fs. Fs is the reference to that object, na? To the object
But
of
I
class.
am asking about the object. If you
Object.
see,
Object.
yeah,
Object is that
suppose
first class. Fs is a
no,
reference.
no, no. You are saying fs is a reference to the object. What is the difference between reference and the object?
Reference and the object.
Yes.
You're asking the difference between them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, if you give me a time second to think, reference and object, what will be the difference?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Object is something, it holds the address of the variable, address of the
Now,
class. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
No, I'm getting wrong. Yeah, you
Okay,
can go ahead.
okay, okay, okay. No, no worries. It's I know that you are now. When I say make a object of this class, it's an interview question. You have to do
Okay,
this.
okay.
This is how Gudia has told that new keyword. By using the new keyword, you have made the object of the class. This is how your object is made. Okay, this is known as object. Everybody is confused that fs is object. No,
New is.
new first class is an object.
Mhm.
This is in a reference to the object. Now I can show you on the paint. Now when I make a object, it will take some memory space, and here this is my object. This is new first class. It's an object. And what is fs? Fs in is referencing to that object. It is not at all object. It is referencing to that object. When I say you are going to Pune and Pune is 10 kilometers away, it is written on the milestone. That milestone is not a Pune. That milestone is a reference to the Pune. The same way is this. This fs is reference to the object. FS is not at all an object. Even after 10 years of studies, nobody knows this. Even I am getting after 3 years or 4 years that yeah, it is not an object, it is a reference to the object. Okay, so this is the biggest blunder question that nobody knows that yeah, by making the new, it's an object and FS is reference to the object. Why I'm telling you this, it will getting clear to you when we go to more deeper concepts. Okay, now, I'm again asking Bhupinder. Now, when I make the objects, what will happen? What
When
is
you make an
this?
object,
Yeah, when I make an object, what is the inside this in an object?
object holds what is inside that object. Now, whatever
Yeah,
variables
yeah,
and functions have you declare,
yeah.
it is
You are saying that all variables and all functions are there in the object.
uh, like yeah, whatever
You're
this class,
okay,
whatever this class
okay, okay.
variables and class method.
Yeah, but you are saying that whatever variables and class are there in the class are there in the object. Okay. Now, suppose if I make one more, say, yeah, so I say public
Big word, man.
static void and say I will make a function get sum. Okay. In which what I'm doing, I'm just saying printing something. Say SYSO. Uh, uh, Testing. Okay, so you are saying that it has all the functions and all the variables. Okay, suppose if I say fs dot, now if you see this function is not coming. If you see get sum, it is
Because
coming,
it is not
but
it is
it
yeah,
is
it
not
has
a,
come.
yeah, it is, but it will
Uh,
give me warning.
static
It will
method.
give me warning.
Because na this is static. Okay.
But you have said to me that all the things will come in under the object,
Oh,
but it is giving
yeah,
me warning.
okay, I will tell you. See, I got it. I actually now the static thing is this can be even referred without creating the object, like from the
No, no,
direct
no,
from the
no.
class.
My question is that for you, when I make an object, what comes under this object?
What comes under this object?
Hmm.
Uh, I'm not very sure.
Okay. So that's why this is the most asked question. That's why I'm asking you. I'm not here to depress you or can say that you don't know anything. Nah, you know. Okay. Okay.
Ah,
But the things are that now, first of all, tell me about the OOPS. Do you both know OOPS? That we are talking about OOPS because we are going to study inheritance, interface, abstract classes, something like that. But what is an OOPS? If you want me to understand what is OOPS, how can you explain it to me?
you want me to explain?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm,
OOPS is basically you know
mm-hmm,
everything is object in this Java language. Na? Everything is done the object
mm-hmm,
method, like
mm-hmm,
everything which is referred and
mm-hmm.
like this is the way of writing the programs, in a proper manner. Like we create class and we create
Why,
objects.
why we want to suppose if I have two classes, I can build two classes differently. I can do the coding simple way. I can use print the same function in the next class as well. Why I'm going to use oops?
Okay. So every time we create a new class, okay.
Mm-hmm,
So again we
mm-hmm,
have to describe different methods,
mm-hmm,
for every class, and then again we have
mm-hmm,
to access that. We have to create a new object every time for that class,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and maybe the process goes on lengthy. What I mean is like using oops concepts like
mm-hmm,
especially like inheritance and this the one we abstract what we call it like creating abstract classes, just defining the name of function and then using them. So that
Okay. No,
that
one
keeps
thing if I say you are telling me to you, it's a reusability.
exactly reusability. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, I got your point. But why should I follow reusability? It is now I know that it will let me do the some kind of work which is say not lengthy. But what is the use of reusability? Suppose I'm there for you. Why I'm asking you? Because this question has been asked to me. That's why I'm asking you. That's why there is a need of reusability. Suppose if you have to give me an example, if you have to give
Okay,
me an example that why we use oops, so what will you give me?
okay. Uh, so basically, when we export our this project, for example, we need to export our
Mm-hmm,
project and move it to
mm-hmm,
the system. We create the
mm-hmm,
jar file, right?
mm-hmm.
So easy to even export also, na? If the things are handled and everything is written there, easy to export the jar file. We
Y-
don't have to create different jar files for every
You are
different class.
you are telling me I'm asking you different thing. I'm just asking you the example. Suppose if you want to relate something that is why we need oops. So how can you? Gudia, can you try?
Uh, Basically, OOPS is a object-oriented programming. It
Mm-hmm.
binds function
Mm-hmm.
and program. That's why we are using OOPS.
Okay, that's a Google language.
Uh,
Gudia, that's a Google language. I'm
in
not
any
no now it's just we I'm tell you now. Suppose you know ISO. International Standard Organization. It's a brand. It's
yeah.
a they will let you use their brand if you follow their instructions. If I just show you here now, what is ISO? It's an international standard organization. They don't bother about your product. What is your product looks like? What your product size like? They don't bother about it. They just say if you follow something that are their guidelines, the product will be definitely a good one. If you follow all these guidelines, this one, this one, this one, so they will give you their ISO mark. The same way is the OOPS. If you follow the concept, now why we follow the concept? Now I will just give you an example. This is ISO. Okay, so the ISO says that if you follow this rule, this rule, definitely your product will be a good one. They don't bother about the product. They bother about the steps you follow. They just give you the steps. If you follow that steps, that project, then your product will be definitely a good one. The same thing is the oops. If you follow all the concepts of your object-oriented programming structure, definitely your project will be on the up to mark. Now, why why we need a oops? It will be very clear to you in the coming classes that what is encapsulation, what is inheritance, why we use this encapsulation. It's a encapsulation is just a concept like a oops. You have to do this thing by that way. Encapsulation says you have to do that thing by some way. You cannot do this thing directly. What I'm telling you will be clear to you when we do some examples. Okay, so just follow the concept that oops is a concept. It is basically a structure. If you follow that structure, the your project will be definitely a good one. It's a reusability, data hiding. You cannot see what the functions are doing. Okay, so it will be very good for your project. When there is reusability, everybody can read your code. So it is doing that, it is doing that. Okay, we are going to that. Okay, now coming back to our Eclipse. So we are not going into object right now. It's just a starting that, yeah, what is an object? Object, how to make an object by using the new keyword. If I
Okay.
say how to make an object by using the new keyword, and this is a reference to the object, fs is not at all an object. Just remember my points because this is going to be very useful when we do some more concepts. New first class is an object. Fs is in reference to the object that when I make an object, it is lying somewhere in the memory. When I make an object, it is lying somewhere in the memory, whether it is here, I don't know. So how should I know that where my object is lying? By making an object reference. Fs is an object reference, that this object is lying there in the memory. Fs is not at all an object. This is a very wrong concept, that everybody knows that Fs is an object. No, Fs is reference to the object. If you say Fs in an object, if you interview a good person, he or she will reject you on this answer, on the first answer. Okay, so coming back again to our eclipse, say now, if I say SYSO, okay, so this is a simple print statement which Eclipse will give us. Now say, I will say learning, say Java. Okay. Now if I run this, it prints the learning Java. Now I have a question for both of you. Why this main method is static?
Because static method can be can run without calling through object. This can be directly run through class. So is it?
If I suppose if I make one more method whose name is not main, can it be called directly? When I run
No.
this, it is, so why this main method is static?
Why main method is? I know this is the like this used to be the interview question, like very
Yes,
important, but I
yes.
forgot.
Okay, so I want you to both of you. So Gudia, can you tell me why this main method is static?
No, I don't know about that.
So yeah, so don't worry. What is the static? Don't go into right now. I will explain you what is this static, what is this non-static, what all can be static, what all can be non-static. Don't confuse yourself right now. It is just a simple questions. Okay, if you have to knowledge, okay. And if you don't, another, don't worry. I will let you know what this thing is. Okay, now I will say scope of the class. What do you mean by scope of the class?
What it can access to, till what point it can access to. Scope
So if I say what is scope of this class?
of this class.
Hmm.
No idea of this.
Yeah, Gudia.
Sorry, can you repeat again your question?
What is the scope of this class? If I say scope of class, what do you mean by scope of class?
Basically, no, in our language, तो I think कि उस क्लास का क्या स्कोप है, लाइक
Mhm.
इस क्लास का स्कोप इस टाइम पे ये कि हमें सेलेनियम लर्न करना है, दैट्स काइंड ऑफ।
If I'm saying scope of class, I means what is the boundary of this class? The boundary of this class is
You're
this.
asking about this first class, right? This. Fine.
This is the boundary of this class.
या
It can control all the things which are coming inside this brackets only. It cannot control the things which are outside this brackets. So
या
this is the scope of this class. I say
ओके
some say the scope of India is around its boundaries. So it is its boundaries. I will say it is boundaries. Okay.
या
So this is known as, can say, scope of this class. Now I'm just giving you introduction in the first class. Now if I go here, I right click over here and say show in System Explorer. Now this is how my uh, project looks like. Okay, it has bin folder, it has source folder, inside bin folder it has first class, Dosa class. Now if you have run, now what is this first class, Dosa class? It has the name of first class, that is my Java file name. What is this class? What is this type class file known as?
Class.
Yes,
This is a
Pupinder.
class file.
No,
Class
this
file,
I know that, yeah,
Uh,
it's a type of class file. But
like
what
we
does this
create
represent? Now, if I suppose if
entry.
I oh, suppose if I edit with Notepad plus plus, okay, and I open it, so it is look like this. I cannot edit this, but I don't know what it has running. Sometimes it has something, but right of most of things I don't know. So what is this first class dot class? Gudia?
This is a type of a class.
No, that is a good thing, the type of class. But what does this represent? This is a platform independent class. This project can run on any window, any Linux, any operating system, any window, any Linux, any Mac. This is a platform independent file.
Is this the reason we say Java is a platform?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank. Got it.
Okay, so this is the file that it will open in Linux as well. It will open in Mac as well, and it open in Windows as well. This is a platform independent file. This is a, I can say that out 3 out of 4 times or 3 out of 10 times these questions can be asked. So they will ask you that if there is a platform independent file in our project, where is this file put, or you can say where their file is there. You can say it's in the bin, and it's a type of class file, dot class. Okay, so and again, I'm repeating what points I'm telling you. Just write in the Excel. It will help you. Okay. Now here, if you see, when I in my first class, it is highlighting this. Now suppose if I add new class, say second class. Okay. Again, I will main method finish it. Okay. Now you see, it just highlighting me. If I'm go to here, it will highlighting it. How it is highlighting? By using of this link with editor. This is known as link with editor. Right now, if you see, I have many projects.
Mm.
Suppose if in one project I have many files, so it will highlight my particular file. This is very good thing to know. This is a very small thing, but a very good thing. You always press on this button. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Can you just do one? Repeat this thing once more.
yeah, it's a
Link
link with the
with
editor.
it.
Okay.
Okay.
What it does do, it will highlight your particular present class. If you see, it
Okay.
is highlighting my this. If I make one more class, I will again make one more class, new class, say second class, okay, and main method, finish. Okay, now you see it is highlighting this one. If I don't do this, it will not.
Okay.
Suppose if I go here, now you see it will highlighting the second class, but I am on the
Uh,
first class. But if I click on this, it will highlight my present class. If I go
yes.
here, it will highlight this class. If I go here, it will highlight this class. So this is very helpful when you have more than 20-25 classes. This will help you. Okay. Now, now we have a data types. Let's discuss some. Now we have a simple data type. Say int. Okay, this is an integer. I say int I equal to 200. Okay. Now what this representing?
A value 200 is getting stored in a integer variable I.
Again, you are going on the wrong direction. When I say 200, the same thing, it's like the object concept 200. 200, I say 200, when I say 200, 200 has been allocated a space,
Mm.
and I is
Right.
representing I is representing that space. The
Yeah.
same way object and object reference, the same thing is working here. That I is representing that 200. This will get to when we do some things like why I'm telling you this, it will get to you completely to you that why I'm doing these things. in the coming classes. When say I equal 200, it says there is a memory space where 200 is stored, or you can say memory space is allocated where 200 is stored, and I is representing that particular memory location. Okay, this is known as int I equal to 100. Somebody says, what this int I equal to 200 represents? You have to answer it. So 200 is allocated a space, and that space is representing by variable int I. Okay, so now again
Then
I
what is it?
will.
Will be the int here then? I is representing 200. It's fine.
Yeah,
The
it's a
location of 200.
integer because it's a 200. It's a integer. It's a
Okay.
integer. That's why it's a integer. You can
So
note if
I is storing the address of 200 where the 200 is
yes,
located, or
yes,
I,
yes.
okay.
Where 200
Then
is stored, it is referencing to that location. It will. I will clear
then
it to you. Yeah. Ask your question.
yeah. Like you said now, I
Mm,
is representing the
yeah.
space where 200 is located, right?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
if we
Where
print I,
200, 200 is stored, I is representing that location.
correct. When we print I, then why does it
Mm-hmm.
show 200? Why doesn't it shows the address then?
Because
Like my doubt.
no, no, no. If I will clear to you, suppose there you have int a equal to say 300, okay, and say int b equal to 400. Okay, now when I say I equal to a, say a equal to
B,
b, and b equal
B,
to
A.
I. Okay, so now if I say SYSO, I say I, then some space, then say A, okay, then say some space, and then plus B. Okay, now if I run this, it says 200. It is representing the value. It is representing that value. It will give you that value. Now, when I run this again, now what should be the value of I, A, and B?
I is equal to 300.
Mm-hmm. I,
I 300, A
mm-hmm.
400, or B 200.
I 300, and you are saying A is
400,
4, A is 400, and
uh, 200.
B is 200. Okay. So what about you, Bhupinder?
I would say same. Yeah, same.
Okay.
Equal to A. Yeah, same.
I run it. Okay. It says 300, 400, 300. Why?
Okay. Just give me a minute. B
Okay,
equal
okay,
to
I
I.
got it. But I is equal to A. So
Now,
that's why.
Yeah, B equal to I. Yeah. Got
yeah.
it. Because the
Now,
second line.
yeah. Now, if I say this is the thing, okay, this is the thing. The third is the my next is 300. Say this is the 300, and the third thing is 400. 400. Okay. And the same thing it has been representing, or I will just say, yeah, I, and then next is A, and
Mm,
next thing is B.
B.
I is representing 200,
Mm,
A is representing 300, and
300.
B is representing 400. Now, when I
Oh,
say I equal to A, what happens? It will stop referencing. When I in the first step I say I equal to A, it will stop referencing towards I, which is 200. It is stop referencing, and it will start representing where A is representing. A is representing which 300.
mm,
Okay, Now when
Okay.
I say a equal to b, a will stop referencing towards which a is referencing, and it will start referencing where b is representing. And when I say b equal to I, b is stop referencing where b is representing, and it will start representing where I is representing. Now I is representing towards 300, so
Yeah.
it will start representing 300.
Got it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah,
I equal to 200. This means now understand the concept of I int I equal to 200.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, this that's why we representing the that value. We are representing that values. When I say int I equal to 100, 200 has been allocated a memory space and I is representing that memory location.
Okay.
Okay, this is a very good interview concept or very good concept to know as well. Nobody will tell you this thing that how it is happening. Nobody will going to tell you this thing. But if you have the concept, if you clear concept, then you can tell me that okay, why this is happening? This is why it is happening. When I say a I equal to a, it will stop referencing where I is referencing, and it will start referencing where a is referencing.
Represent.
Okay, that's why int I equal to 200. Now you have the clear concept about why it is known as int I equal to 200.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
clear.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I think so. When I started my career, I even don't know these things, and nobody will going to tell you these things. Even after 5 years, 10 years, nobody has tell me. But after lots of experience, that's why I have gained this thing. Okay,
Sir,
now.
if it's
Mhm,
okay, if it like a little this talk is a little away from
mhm.
this uh, class. Where do you work, sir? Between
I can't get your question.
where do you work? Like in IT, in where which city? Where do you?
Yeah, sometimes I'm in Chandigarh, sometimes I'm in Delhi. It depends on the because I have to give lectures to corporate students, or you can say corporate companies. Sometimes I'm in
Okay.
Chandigarh, sometimes I'm in Delhi, sometimes I'm in Bangalore.
Ah,
Okay,
okay, okay.
so because if you see that if you have the knowledge, everybody will call you. And I think I know most of the thing colleagues which are with me, they don't have the knowledge about the OOPS after 20 years of experience. So if you have the your basic strong, you can go in every because I have started my career as a developer in .NET. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have worked in C Sharp, I have worked in Java, I have worked in VB, I have worked in Visual Basic, I have worked in Flutter, and this is, I have done testing projects as well. Then I have gone to this line from the past 9 years. This is my passion to give knowledge because I
Ah,
think so. Most of the testers and most of the developers as well, they don't have the knowledge of OOPS. They are afraid of OOPS because I am also in the first 5 years. That's why I'm here to remove that fear. That oops is just a concept. If you have that knowledge, you can do it in every language. There is just a difference of syntax only. If this
and it,
concept, the new concept, new keyword concept, it is common in every language, whether it is C sharp, whether it is in Python, whether it is in Java. The object
okay,
concept remains the same, but syntax difference. This thing which I have told you, it is remain the same, but syntax is different. In Python, you don't have this, just a thing like this. You don't have this columns, but in Java you have this. Just a difference of syntax.
yeah.
Okay, now, okay, Guria.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so don't worry that I know that Bhupinder has a little bit of knowledge of OOPS, so don't worry about that. If you stuck somewhere, just ask me anytime. That's why I have you given you the example of this. Okay, everybody is confused that why it is int I equal to 200. Why I'm saying that int I is why I is not equal to 200. Why what is this I equal to 200? That's why I have you given example of this. Okay,
Okay.
Now, if I say concatenation operator, no, first of all, we will talk about the data types. Now, how many data types Java support? Tell
How
me
many
any.
data types?
Yeah, tell
int,
me
Also,
names.
int,
I think
char,
Int, okay.
char,
Char, okay.
string,
String, okay.
arrays.
array,
But it is not a data type.
हाँ, it is not a data type, right? Right. Character हो गया, int हो गया, string, double float,
If I say
boolean,
long, bool, or boolean, something like that. Okay, these all are data types. So, what is that? If I hover over this, it will give me anything that what is integer or just say int. So it is not, yeah, it is not helping me anywhere. Now suppose if I say string, now string. Okay, now if I say int, it says integer. Okay, now it's not say, okay, the integer class wraps a value. You can provide this thing, study this thing, but basically, why if I write integer I equal to 200 or say again int t equal to 700 or say I say integer say g equal to 900. What is the difference between this and this?
If that is a class, integer, and this one,
Okay.
the bigger one.
Okay. Okay. If I go here, what is this then? What is the difference between two if I say? If I
Do
do the thing like
uh,
integer, will it give me different result?
it,
If I
the
add
output
this,
will be same. Output will be
output will
same.
be same. So what is the difference between two?
The below one is the class. The above one I'm not remembering.
So it says integer class wraps a value of the primitive type int in an object. An object of type integer contains a single field whose type is int. Okay. If I say here int here, say here, say here, it is not doing me any help or it is not giving me anything. It just say int. So can you use? I am thinking these both are same. If somebody asks you what is the difference between so you two, you will say that it's a class name. He or she can ask you, it is not a class. So what is this?
The above one, right?
Yeah,
Above one I'm not getting. Below one I
we
can
have
say it is a class.
we already use int this, int a, int b. Okay, now the
It
answer
is a
to that
below
question,
one.
it
Okay,
is
yeah.
it is an alias. Like my name is Abhijit. You can call me Abhi as well. The same thing is this int. It is an alias to this bigger integer. There is no
yes,
difference between the two. It is an alias. You understand the alias that my name is Abhijit. You can call me Abhi.
But if technically
You can,
someone asks, then what would we answer
yeah.
then?
It's an alias. It's a the technical answer I'm giving you. It will
Okay.
not answer. It is not asked many times. It is maybe one out of you can say 20 times. But yeah, it you have should have knowledge about this. That what is the difference between bigger integer and small integer? It is an alias to the bigger integer. This is a alias to the bigger integer. Okay.
Uh,
Now,
uh,
now we will talk about the concatenation operator. Now we have int I equal to b this and int t. Okay. What I will do, I will just delete all this. Say int a equal to 100 and say int b equal to 200. Okay. And if I write s y s o I say A plus B. Okay, and say just say string x equal to selenium. Okay, training. Sorry, say
Yes.
string y equal to training. Okay, now oh, I will ask you some statements. Say x plus y. Okay, and say this a plus b plus x plus y, and say x plus y plus a plus b. Now, what these statements will give me?
First one
Okay.
is 300. Then
Mm-hmm.
second one is Selenium Training.
Mm-hmm.
And third one is, I'm not sure about that, but 300 Selenium Training.
Okay. Then the fourth one.
Fourth one, Selenium Training 300.
Okay. So you have the same answer?
No, no, no. I will let complete Gudia and then I will let you.
Mm-hmm. And the fourth one is you are saying Selenium Training 300.
Okay, so from my side, first two are the same. If you
Mm-hmm.
come to the third point, what actually it will do is, since the first two are the integer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we have not used double core also. So it will take some, there is some character value type thing. No, uh,
Mm-hmm.
it will add up in that part. I don't remember that what each value character is in integer. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it will do in that part. This is I'm not guessing. This is what I remember, but I'm not very sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is what I know.
Okay. So what in your opinion, what will the answer?
It will be 300 in the starting a plus b, but in the x plus y, it will be some character thing like character numbers will be added. It's like that. There is a number,
Okay.
a sky value associated with characters, right? So
Okay.
it will
If
be
I
added.
say SELENIUM, you're saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters will be added.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And in the end,
In the end, the training will be also added in the same manner. No? The same. Like for the Selenium in the end,
mm-hmm.
and x plus y will be added in that character manner only. A plus b will be
Mm.
added in the integer manner only.
Okay.
Like
So
300
this
is
will be
9.
the Selenium Training 300.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's run this. Gudia, this is your final answer 300 Selenium Training, 300 Selenium Training. Okay. Now if I run this 300, okay. Selenium Training, okay. 300 Selenium Training, Gudia, you are right. Now Selenium Training 100, 200.
Yeah.
Both of you are wrong.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
Pupinder, you are wrong in the third one as well.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
third one is well.
I will tell you what happened in Java. When I want to add, so these are the case. Suppose int and this is again a int. It will give you a result in int. But if you have string with, say, suppose this is a string and here integer, okay, result will always be in string. Okay, now
Okay.
Both of you know that what is a plus b and x plus, because both are int, both are string. So it will give you. Now when I say a plus, now my equation always moves from left to right. Now a plus b, what is a plus b? 100 plus 200. So these are both are integers, and I have
Hmm.
told you integer integral to integer. Okay, so they will both act. I will just remember my line. They will both act as integer. So 100 plus 200, 300. Okay, now when it comes to plus x, now 300 is integer. I'll say 300 plus x. Now what is x? X is a string.
String.
Okay, 300 selenium. Now they both will act as a string. So that is why it is 300
Okay.
Selenium.
selenium.
300
Okay,
selenium will be a right.
string. Now when it wants to add with y is also string. This is a string, and y is also string training. That's why it is just simple adding it on. Okay, but when it comes to the case x plus y, now what is x plus y? Both are string, so the result should be the string result, like
Yeah.
selenium training. Now when they want to add with a, the result of this both are string. Now a is a integer. I have told you string plus integer, it will give you a string. So they will both act as a string. Now if I say plus 100, so they will both act as a string. So the result will be selenium base training and 100. And
Okay.
when it comes to the last part, when I say
B.
plus y b 200, but the result of this 3, it is this one string
Selenium
plus 200. So they will both act as string.
string plus integer.
So it will act as a string. This integer will act as a string, because if one is a string, result is string. So they will both act as string. So that's a simple thing. Selenium training.
Here it will be string plus integer, right? That is what you're saying.
Yeah, string plus integer.
Uh,
There is string plus integer, they will both act as a string. Whether with
yeah.
this one is string, whether this one is string. If one of the item is string, the second item will act as a string. Okay? That's why it says selenium training 100, 200. So this is a string, selenium training 100, 200. Okay, now I can ask you one more thing. Say SISO, say x plus y plus a plus b. Now, what will it give me?
X plus y will be string again. It will be again string plus integer and
Mhm.
but you told integer plus string is string. Uh,
We have done this part till now. Now I have asked this one. Gudia, can you answer? Gudia, are you there?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
She's raising her hand. I guess some network issue then.
Okay. There is network issue from your side.
You can type Gudia. Type and tell it will be.
Mm,
Or you can just switch off your. My voice is not. Yeah, your voice is not audible. You can switch off your camera now. Then your voice will be audible. I guess.
uh, Okay, so I think so. Can you hear me, Gudia? I think so. She is not. Okay, so about you, Bhupinder? What it will print?
Again, so I don't know the final answer, but what I'm analyzing is x plus 5 is an
Mm-hmm.
integer. That means it is a sorry, x plus 5 is a string. So it is a
Mm-hmm.
string plus integer concept will be applied here. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you in the previous slide told integer plus string is string. This is
Yeah,
what you told, if I'm not
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
But you have not told about string plus integer or whatever
But
the
I
combination
have
of.
told you whether string here,
The string,
whether string
yeah, yeah, yeah.
here, it will
Right.
this they
It will be string.
both will act. They will both act as a string.
Then it will be string only again. Then answer
Okay,
will be
so
string only.
yeah, so what will the answer?
The answer will be Selenium training and this 100 200. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Selenium
Mm-hmm.
training 300.
Why 300?
Because see in the bracket it will be done. It will be done first 300, and then it will be they will be adding each other.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, and I'm
yes,
sorry you told it will be both if integer if first or string is first it doesn't matter.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
These are very important things when you work with string and integers. So you have to be very careful. Okay, now this is more helpful in Eclipse. Gudia, if you can hear us, but me facing issue with mic. Okay, uh, okay. So I think so. She has left. Okay, no worries. So she will come back. Okay, now the thing which is important in Eclipse, it is like debugging. You know what is debugging? I think so. She has come.
Debugging, yeah. I have idea about debugging.
Okay, so Guria, right now you can hear us.
Yeah, my voice is audible.
Yeah, right now it is audible.
Okay.
Okay, so it is the answer Selenium Training 300. So
Yeah,
you are why it is Selenium Training 300, but the same
because
thing when I do
बिकॉज
here.
इसने स्ट्रिंग को अलग लिया है, उसके बाद हमने ब्रैकेट क्लोज करके प्लस का साइन
Yes,
लगाया, उसके बाद
yes,
हमने प्लस भी
brackets.
किया.
Because
Yeah.
brackets के अंदर the things which are in the brackets, this round brackets will be called first.
Hmm.
First this one, then it will solve this one, then after the result of this both, they will act, both will act.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why it has 17 and so you have to be very careful. Now, do you know about something about debugging?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so let us, what is debugging? I will tell you. Now, so if I say just double click on this, here you can see the mark, and here you can see this ant state, or you can what the thing is. Just click on this. Just click on switch. Now, my code will stop here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I press F6, it will go line by line. My code will go line by line. You see, I'm just printing. Now, you see, it is printing line by line. Now, here,
Okay.
one more print. So, this is the power of doing. You can debug your errors, you can debug your thing, and I can apply as many breakpoints as I want here, here, here. And if I just run this again, say this one, again it will stop to next point. If I press F6, it will go to line by line. If I press F8, it will stop to the next debug point. F8, next debug point. If I press F6, it will go line by line. Okay. This is the helpful when we stuck somewhere in the error where we are stuck from many days, like we are not saying that how in which line we are getting error. Suppose the error is like in the code of your around 500 lines of code and you don't know how you where are you getting the error. So you can do this thing by debugging. Check,
Debugging.
yeah, this is known as debugging, or you can say this is a very good thing to do. Okay. Okay. So anybody has any question till now?
No.
No,
Okay.
thank
And I think so. I'm very much clear in the concepts which we have learned today.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think so. Most of the things, most of the know, but some of the things you don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, Bhupinder, we will meet tomorrow at the same time. I will pass you the recording link. Again, I'm repeating you that when you enroll for the course, uh, eh, yeah, here, when you enroll for the course, this login, say, this is the batch recording button, and this is your recording. The first recording is of YouTube. I will pass the link of your YouTube link. You can watch it and study the topics which we have learned today. But please maintain your Excel sheet. I'm again repeating. Please maintain your Excel sheet.
you.
This is
Mhm.
going to
Okay.
very helpful for you. This is going to very helpful for you.
And the duration will remain the same for the classes, like till 1.5 hour, is it?
Yeah, it's just because I can go for another half an hour. I don't I but the thing is
No,
that
no, I'm just
it will.
asking. No, no, I'm not asking to extend. I'm just asking it
Hmm.
because you told for the 6 8 weeks. So using 1.5 hour daily, it will be done in
It
six eight
depends.
weeks.
It depends on the topic. Sometimes it will take more than 1 hour. Sometimes it will take less than 1 hour. It depends on the
Right.
topic and what are the discussions we are going to do. Suppose
Right.
you have the question. Suppose Gudia has the question. So it will take some time. Okay, because I starting 6 to 8 classes or 9 classes are of the basics of Java, and I want everything to be clear in that classes only. After that, I'm not going to ask any question that is belong to my previous classes. Okay,
Okay.
and
Okay.
okay, मैं आप लोग दोनों से यही एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ कि आपको कोई भी क्वेश्चन है मेरे से 10 बारी पूछो. Ask me as many times as you want, as many questions as you want, but please be remain parallel to me. Whatever the things I'm doing, if you have any questions, ask me in the class, ask me in the next class, ask me after the class. Even on the WhatsApp, you can ask me. If I'm available, I can definitely answer you. But yes, it is the hard work come from your side as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Right now, these are the small topics. These are very different. But we have done something like what is an object, how that A equal to B equal to C, and C equal to D work.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a good thing which we have known. And again, I'm repeating, please write down the important points what we have done. Okay, Gudia.
Okay.
Okay, so if you have any question, ask me. Then otherwise we can off the class and I will send you the link after 1 hour or maybe
Yeah.
in 1 hour.